Well, today it's a very, very special day for me personally, ChriSOULa, the Golden Muse, because I have the honor and the amazing opportunity to connect with two ladies that have been part of my own evolutionary journey and part of your evolution journey somehow, some way. Melissie and Korani. Hello, welcome. Welcome on today's platform here for us to share from our hearts, to connect soul to soul. And basically the most important thing is actually trust our own innate wisdom, but equally trust the wisdom around us and the wisdom that color can bring to me, to you, to every single one of us, to every single one of you who is actually listening or watching this back. So welcome, Melissie, welcome, Korani, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, this is an opportunity to connect and celebrate creativity, celebrate collaboration, celebrate co-creation, celebrate what we can do together, what each of us is here on this planet to co-create and have an impact on everybody else and change, make a difference, make this amazing planet Earth, a more loving and peaceful and meaningful place. And how can we do that? Well, one way is actually creating and writing books, and this is one way forward. One way forward that where we can actually channel our wisdom, but also channel through the divine what it is that we need to hand on, to pass on to other generations. And those people are actually here. They live here now, and they are thirsty, really, really thirsty for something really juicy, I would call it, really important, really spiritual, but also very grounding, very practical. So all of that, that's the way I see it. My personal connection with the amazing new book that Korani and Melissie, they co-created, The Wisdom of Color Mirrors. So congratulations, wonderful ladies. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So this is what we're going to be exploring in the next few minutes. And for all of you who are really anticipating this book, they're really waiting to hold this book in your hands and connect with this amazing energy. But first of all, I would like you to connect with these wonderful ladies here, Melissie and Korani, who has said yes. They stepped up and they said, yes, this is the time to create a new book. And I don't know who's going to start, but I'm going to say the question. So what was it that this time, this particular time, you felt that was needed for this book, the book of wisdom, the wisdom of color mirrors, to come up, to come be part of our lives?
That's you, Korani.
So it's something, ChriSOULa, that's been in the wind for a long, long time. There's been a call to this book from Melissie and I. We know we've both felt the call to write it, and from the people around us in the world who've been connecting with color mirrors as a system. There's been a demand, like we want what color mirrors teaches. We want to see it in written form. Lots and lots and lots of people come to workshops, which is wonderful, and they have personal experiences of what color mirrors is through that. And just how powerful color is and how amazing the system is and how much it can help us shift and grow and evolve and all those things. But sometimes you just want to take what you've learned or what you're experiencing or what you're hearing in a workshop, and you want to be able to hold it in your hands and in a book form and read it over and over again and tap into it and, open the pages at random. So we now have something that you can actually hold in your hands and basically turn to whenever you're looking for inspiration, when you're looking for guidance, when you're looking for help and support. And we know that today in the world as it is, those things are really important. And the book is just something, it's a tangible, a bit like the Colour Mirror system itself, with its tangible oils and essences that you can pick up and hold and smell and do things with. The book you can pick up and hold and read and immerse yourself in the energies. And I know from our work on this book that the book holds the same energies as the system. So it's kind of like having the system right there in a concise form. Well, not that concise, it's quite big. There's quite a lot of words in there, but obviously you don't have to read the whole book. You can just literally turn to the page you're drawn to, turn to the bottles that call you, and hopefully receive some of the answers and information that you might have been looking for about just how to live your life with more joy, with more happiness, with more peace, how to connect with more love in your life, how to go out there and live your purpose, how to explore life in a way that is joyful and exciting and fun rather than stressful. So we hope that the book basically will give you an opportunity to get to know the Colour Mirror system in a lot more depth, because a lot of people, they don't have the whole system. They might have a couple of bottles or a handful of bottles. Every single bottle in the system is detailed in the book, so you can literally have a look at all of them and explore all of them and get connected with them. And then obviously you can get the real thing if you want to take it further.
Yeah. So basically, the book is suitable for somebody who starts off their spiritual journey, or they just met with one of the Colour Mirrors practitioners and teachers, and they feel really wow by it. Like that's how I started off when I saw these gorgeous bottles. And yes, Melissie, I fell in love with them. And this is how it started with me. And you may experience some resistance, because that's part of being a spirit in a body. We do experience lots of resistance, and we need.
Don't we just? Yes.
And we need the support system. We need inspiration. We need something to hold us, to hold the space for us while we're going through all the resistance, all the changes and transformation inside. So this is what the book and Colour Mirrors can help us with, right? So, yeah. Melissie?
Yes, absolutely. And the book is a beautiful thing because it has all the words for all the bottles. You hold a bottle and you absolutely get the energy, and you think, oh, this makes me feel this, this, and this. And then you open the book and you read it and you go, oh my God, I was right. It's absolutely all of that and then some. And the thing about the book is that Korani has written it so exquisitely that literally every page kind of shimmers with the energy of what is in the bottle, but also what is, kind of what it is we're trying to put out there with each of them. So it's a really beautiful and it's huge, but it's huge energetically. So I think it's a very important book. I think it's going to be a thing that people will go, I don't know how I lived my life before this. I think it's that big and it's that exciting. So it really is a thing.
Yes. And it is something that it will add on to all the other wonderful books that we've got around us, of course, but it will be something that I believe, and I agree with you both, that we will turn to again and again and again. It's not a book that you will say, I read it once and I am done kind of thing. It's a book that you would like to really connect with it again and again. It's so rich, so powerful, and again it is enriched with lots of other stories connected with people that they have personal experiences with color, with the therapy, with the bottles, and then you can see you can connect with them yourself. How Colour Mirrors has actually changed, shaped, re-evaluated, recalibrated, their way of seeing themselves, but also the way they connect with others, because that's what it is. It is a two-way system. We're not here on our own, and whatever change happens to me, to you, automatically has an impact on other people. And it is all about the collective here, isn't it? How we can shape and support the collective as well. And I believe that's part of what Color Mirrors is all about. Is that right, Melissie?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what you also see in the book that's really interesting is how Color Mirrors has evolved.
Mm-hmm.
You can so see from the beginning to where we finally get to how the system has kind of grown to keep up with where humanity is going. Because it's not it's still not a finished system. It's not a thing that is kind of, there it is now set in stone and it's going to stay. It's grown and developed and evolved and given all of us the opportunity to see, we can kind of measure where we are in terms of how we've kind of grown with the system. So it's a really interesting, just a journey through life, for the system as well as for everybody that reads the book or engages with it in any way.
And if I could just
carry on,
if I can just add to that, personally, as I was working through each of the bottles as we were writing, and then revising and rewriting and so on, I've been working with Color Mirrors now for 15 years, a long time, and constantly learning still. And that's one of the things that I love, is that it, as Melissie said, it isn't a system that just came and is doing its thing and that's it, and it isn't going to change. It's absolutely continuing to evolve as we do. And then you can chart your progress against its progress. But also you just become aware of the multitude of layers and levels of light, of information that, we might have tapped into this much in the past, and then a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and then a little bit more. And each time I visited the bottle again to write about it or to to do more on it, I would get more insights, more information, more learning, more growth. And that is hugely exciting for me. It just means that color is mirroring in such a beautiful and perfect way the evolution of humanity as we change, as we evolve, as we take on more light, as we take on more capacity for love, more capacity for joy, all those wonderful things that all of us are searching for and seeking. The system is never going to stop mirroring who we are inside. There are 126 bottles in the system at this point. And to me, that's 126 ways for the universe to say, I love you.
Oh, beautiful. That's beautiful.
And that means that somewhere in there, you're going to find the one that says to you personally, when you read it, when you look at these words, when you look at these amazing bottles, you're going to find at least one that says that specifically to you in your language, because there are so many, there's such a variety in there now, that there's going to be something to speak to everyone, we hope.
Yes, well, I do believe that there's every single bottle can speak to every single one of you, depending on what stage you are in your life, depending how much you're ready to receive, how much you're ready to open up to. But I'll tell you what, and this is not to scare you away, it is an honest and true invitation from my heart. The more you say yes to your beautiful light, the more amazing opportunities and possibilities will land on your doorstep in your life. And then there could be something really miraculous and amazing and magical, and it could be something really tiny, but that actually even the tiny little things are really important in life. And this is what color can do. It can actually, I'm just reiterating, it mirrors back to you all your gorgeousness, all the beauty, all the potential. But equally can show you the blockages, the patterning, everything that stopped you from claiming or reclaiming your gorgeousness and your wholeness. And that's what color can help with, can support, can facilitate, can activate, can accelerate. I'll tell you what, one of the things, you may want to go back and work And I believe in psychology. I believe in so many therapies we are so blessed with. But color, there's one thing I definitely know, is an accelerator.
That is true.
Once you say yes, then things can happen really fast. And of course, you can take your time and you can say yes and you can go really fast, or you may say, I need to take a bit more time and maybe go back a step and then see where you are, and allow to integrate is really, really important. So, but there, the color and the spritzers and all the amazing bottles that Melissie, you keep channeling, you keep bringing to us. Thank you so much. They are holding space for us. They have opened up for me. They have opened up my connection with the angelic realm. They have opened up connection with the dragon, the empowering dragon energy. Connecting with the elementals, connecting with the beauty of nature and all the gorgeousness that we've got around us, that sometimes we forget to look around and see how beautiful life is and how beautiful planet Earth is. So, yeah. Over to you, Melissie. Well, it's
absolutely all of that. It absolutely is all of that. And what it is, slightly more than that, is the intention. Yeah. It holds such a powerful intention for good, for mirroring the divinity of each human. So that we can look at them and see the most exquisite part of ourselves. That's what it really mirrors. It can show you where the blocks are, but then it still shows you a block in its beauty rather than in its kind of icky ugliness. It doesn't show you that. It's never going to show you that, which just means maybe they weren't meant to be ugly. Maybe every single bit of it was there for your highest good. Maybe that block is not something you're going to fight and, kick away and get angry about. Maybe you can love it. And the minute you can do that, because look how beautiful it is, the minute you can do that, that's such an easy removal of the block. And then you realize it wasn't even really a block. It was just the universe saying, slow down a little bit, take it easy a little bit, love yourself a bit more before you take this next step in your evolution. So I think the color is just there to mirror the beauty, and it just keeps doing that. And every time you look at it, you see a bit more of your own value.
Yeah. And I also love how color works with the imagination and the cosmic influences, and also the symbols, and yes, of course we need words to describe things and to see it in written form. Like, that's why we love books, right? And I will always love books, respective all the internet, all that we can have on our laptop, and all of that. But I still love books. But still, what sets it apart, color mirrors and the wisdom of color mirrors is actual working with symbolism. We're working with something that not all we can see, only with a visible eye. It's more like, as you said, is the intention, is more the intuition, connecting more with what's happening inside, by what's happening with our connection with, with our beautiful souls. And this for me, this is the beauty of it. This is the what sets it apart, I believe.
Oh yes.
It's something, ChriSOULa, that I've really experienced myself on my journey with colour and colour mirrors, is just how much it has taught me to tune in with my inner knowing, with my intuition, with my inner guidance. It was something that I was only learning to do when I first met colour mirrors. And now it's just a completely natural, normal part of my life to do that. And I know that colour mirrors has had a huge part to play in opening up my intuitive capacities and my ability to connect with energy and with light and with cosmic energies and all of those things, that's all come about through color mirrors, and that's been an enormous gift for me. And as you mentioned earlier, one of the things we've included in the book is a lot of stories from people who've used the color mirrors system in a variety of ways. And what's so lovely is that you get to see the richness of how people use the system. And a lot of them will talk about just how it has helped them to tap into their inner wisdom so much more. It's one of the reasons we wanted to call it the wisdom of color mirrors. There are a couple of reasons, but one of them is that it's not really about the wisdom of color mirrors. It's about the wisdom that color mirrors to you. You know, it's the wisdom that you already have inside you, that it's mirroring. And yeah, that's one of the reasons that we wanted to include stories in the book, was, as you said earlier, to enable people to get a sense of, this is real. This is not just the authors saying, hey, this is really great, you know, try this. This is actually people around the globe who've had experiences with the bottles that have changed their lives, and sometimes in very small ways and sometimes in really major ways. And it was just such a joy for us, wasn't it, Melissie, to collect those stories and to read them and to now to share them. Such a joy, yeah, just to see how profoundly the system has touched so many people around the world, because we just go about our lives day to day, Melissie and I, doing what we do, and we don't always see the bigger picture of, you know, of how many people it's actually connecting with. And then something like this book has just enabled us to get a flavor of that, and then to share that with other people. So
it's almost my favorite part of the book are those beautiful stories, because suddenly it makes it so real. And as Korani says, we don't hear the stories really. You know, people come to a workshop and they go off and they do their lives. So we don't know about all these lovely things that happen. And when we started collecting the stories, to have kind of suddenly had these stories all around was just absolutely a joy. So I think people will enjoy that when they read the book, to see, you know, what it's done for other people.
Very powerful indeed. But what I also would like to share with you, Melissie and Korani, is that color has got this amazing potential to unlock wisdom. And I also believe that the younger we start, for example, in my case, working with children, the better. So I have felt so much the connection with color, and I said, well, this is going to be incredible to work with the young ones, to work with the little ones, and use color at a young age, for them to be able to express themselves through color, because they don't have words. They don't have words at a young age. So that's another powerful tool, you know, how we educators, coaches, therapists, and teachers and parents and caregivers could actually use color in a way that we can facilitate that self-expression for the younger ones, in a family environment and also in a school environment, or in the workplace. So this is my declaration, if you like, my revelation, that this is my new way forward with color mirrors. This is my, you know, I have been connecting with it for such a long time now, in whether I could bring that into a school environment. Have been a teacher for the last 28 years. I felt the true connection with my calling, which is actually bring the color mirrors in schools, to bring the color therapy in schools.
That's very exciting, ChriSOULa. Yeah, very exciting to see. And we know that the young people out there are clamoring for, you know, for this kind of support, which is so gentle and accessible, and yet really, really powerful. So I think that sounds amazing. Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, it's like, you know, believing in magic. I think that's what color does. You know, it's believing in magic.
It is magic.
Yes,
it's totally magic.
Yes, yes, and believing, you know, in miracles. Miracles. I don't want to say like the religious type of miracle, but believing that, having faith. I mean, for me, that was one major part of my journey, you know, trusting myself and trusting life. That's something that has empowered me to say things are okay. Things are okay as they are now. Sometimes we were thinking ahead. We're thinking, you know, want to pace up, you know, and fast. And then no, it's actually where you're now. This is where you're meant to be. And and that's you know, having the faith in yourself and having the faith in everything that has brought you to that stage, to where you are now. I mean, I could carry on talking about, and we can carry on talking about in many amazing ways, and how Kalok has an impact on me, on you, Melissie, on you, Korani, and all the amazing other people that contribute in the book of the wisdom of Kalo mirrors, and also all the other therapists and practitioners and clients and people that have actually used the Kalo in their lives. But it's just huge congratulations, huge congratulations. Huge gratitude from myself and from all the people out there, all the readers that are going to be receiving this book and as a wonderful gift, and for all of you who are going to say this is a wonderful gift for somebody else as well. Yeah. Yes.
We feel it that it will be it will absolutely be for Kalo mirrors teachers and practitioners. For them it will be we hope a really useful reference guide. It'll be for anyone who's got an interest in colour, whether they've worked with Kalo mirrors or not. But I also really feel that it would be for anybody who's at a stage in their life where they're seeking, where they're looking for more, where they're looking for answers, where they're looking for help and guidance and support, and in a way that is going to support them to see their own light and to see their own beauty and to see the magnificence of who they really are, rather than always focusing on the difficult stuff, as you said earlier, Melissie. The book absolutely, there is a balance to be had, and the book, we hope, does do that, because it will, you know, in quite frank terms sometimes kind of highlight what some of the issues might be if you're choosing a particular bottle, because some of them are quite tough choices. You know, when you've got a real insistent block going on, sometimes you need to hear you need to see that in the mirror. You need to see where you're resisting yourself and where you're resisting life. And the book will do that when it's required. But a lot of it is really just, all of it is all coming from love. And a lot of it is very uplifting and enlightening, I hope. And it comes from a place of, yes, we do need to clear up the past. If we've got stuff and issues and blocks, of course we do. We need to address that. But let's also look ahead to the future of ourselves and this planet, and co-creating a new reality on the planet. And there's a whole section on the Gaia bottles in the book, a large section on the Gaias, which is pretty much all about that. It's all about creating a new reality here on Earth, a new paradigm. How do we do that? How do we do that individually? How do we do it collectively? And for me, I found the whole process of working with the book to be incredibly supportive and nourishing on that level, because every time I'd come back to it would be, yes, that's the truth. You know, the truth is that we are beings of light and love, and we have to just find our way back to that. Sometimes we have to pull off some of those layers that have stopped us from recognizing that. And a lot of what Kalo mirrors system does is to help us to do exactly that. And then as we get more connected with our own light, we start to see that in other people, we start to share that with other people, and then the ripples go out and we start to create something that's so much bigger than us individually. And that for me is the really exciting bit. So yes, it's absolutely about your individual healing and, you know, your individual shifts and changes and removing the blockages and so on, but it's so much more than that.
Yeah, I see that every single unit, every single person here on this planet Earth, wherever you may be, whatever age, whatever ethnicity, whatever, you know, gender, we are all here, you know, with one purpose: to enjoy life, to truly enjoy life. But equally, to enjoy life, you need to feel free. You need to, you know, you need to feel absolutely liberated and in love with yourself and life. And that, for me, takes a lot of responsibility. It requires yourself to say yes to your own transformation. And when you say yes to that, this is where color comes in, and you say, okay, are you sure? Are you really sure? Because it can happen. and then once you say yes to step up, and then color can be there to open up the gateways, to open up and support you on the way. Really, it is about supporting on the way, because we all have our ups and downs, right? So we really need something around us, a tool. For me, it's a tool that you can use at any point. You can have it with you, you can have it at home, you can have it in your workplace. So it's a tool that can be used so naturally. So, and it is nothing, it's not intrusive. It's not threatening. It's all with essential oils and very pure. So that's why it can be used with children as well. So it's something that can be part of your everyday life without having to think twice about it. It comes like, ta-da! You just use it naturally, and that's what I love about it as well, because colors are naturally around us. We are surrounded by colors. Yeah.
I want to go back just quickly to you saying you want to work with children. It really is such a clever thing to do with kids, ChriSOULa, because they, if you catch them young enough, before they've been kind of brainwashed by schools that tell them where they're not enough, the color kind of gives them the enough. Look how beautiful you are. You've chosen the most beautiful bottles, and that reflects you. And very often what they will say to me is, I kind of believe that, but nobody agreed with me, or nobody confirmed that for me, or whatever. So we lose that ability to see that about ourselves. And I have a little grandson who's only now turned 9, but he's been here since, he was 18 months old when my daughter started working with me. And he's been coming in and telling us what color he wants, and very clear. I want these colors. And then one day I made the bottle for him and I made it wrong. And he was in tears. It's not that color pink. And his mom had to come and make it for him, because I was just wrong. He was so precise about what he wanted. So, they know, absolutely. They understand color very, very early on already. So it is a stunning gift to work with kids.
Yes, it is. It is.
So I think if you can take it into schools from a very early age, and the younger the better, because they really get it.
Yeah. Yes, and the most important thing also is to get the other parts of children's lives, which is the adults, for them to connect with color as well. So we can have the teachers and the parents that they can actually holistically, that's what I mean by, holistically with a W, they can actually, all of them, supporting one another and seeing one another.
Yeah, because there's clarity. They can give you, if a little boy chooses a yellow bottle and he keeps telling you he can't go to school, his tummy aches, then there's an issue there. He's nervous, something's happening, he's being bullied, he's not feeling, or he's not focusing, or he's not understanding. Then you have a very clear idea of what it is that is actually affecting him. And then you can deal with it without him having to tell you any more about the story. And then the practical application is rub the yellow oil on his tummy, and whether it is his power that's being interfered with, or whether it's actually something wrong that he ate, it will heal both of those. Yeah. So it's a very handy tool.
Very handy, absolutely, and very light, but also at the same time very powerful. That's what I love about it. It is light, but also it can have, it can penetrate, it can really support at a very deep level. Yeah,
absolutely. I don't know what we've done with Korani.
I don't know where Korani has been, but I'm just gonna say thank you so much to you, Melissie, and to Korani, and to all the amazing gifts that we're going to be receiving from reading and connecting with the wisdom of color mirrors. This book that is actually launching very soon, and you'll be able to have your own copy in your hands, and you can connect with Melissie directly through Calomiro's website, or through Korani, or through myself, and all amazing practitioners and teachers throughout, living in different countries in the world. So thank you once again for having this amazing connection here, Melissie and Korani, and thank you for listening back and connecting with us. Connect with us and let us know how has been your experience with color. We would love to know. We would love to hear from you. So and your connection actually with the book. It would be great to come and connect with us on Facebook. We've got a Facebook page, and then let's find out how we can help one another, how we can inspire one another. So lots of love from me, ChriSOULa Sirigou, the Golden Muse, and Melissie Joly. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And also thank you to Korani and to every single one of who has contributed to bringing Calomiros out there in the world.
Yes.